Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon lined up for Mickey D. Thank you so much, Mickey D, for sponsoring this video, for making it happen. I'm very excited because this is, I think he called it just like a traffic marathon. I do have to check the email, but I'll put it in the description. I wanted to thank you so much for all your support, of course, throughout this incredible last year that I, started to do requests, and I don't know, I think the last 6 months. But thank you so much, all of you guys, that recommend new songs and new bands, and so I am a little bit familiar with Traffic, but not too much. So but yeah, so we're gonna get into this. We're gonna start out with the Spencer Davis Group. Now, I've never heard of them ever. We're gonna do Autumn 66 from 1966. So I'm sure this has to do with Traffic, or maybe not. Maybe it's some musicians that were in there. But then we're gonna jump over to the album Traffic, the first Traffic. It says here 1968 Traffic. The song is Shanghai Noodle Factory. Then we're gonna jump over to Freedom Rider by Traffic. This is called John Barleycorn Must Die, 1970. It's an interesting title. Then we're gonna do Steve Winwood. Of course, I knew Steve Winwood by now. Arc of a Diver from the album Arc of a Diver, 1980. And Steve Winwood back in the High Life album, 1986. We're going to do the song Take It As It Comes. I was going to see Steve Winwood when we went to see Steely Dan. Unfortunately, that got canceled. But we got treated by Snarky Puppy. They were not at their best in that venue. I think the venue was just too big for them to shine. But it was indeed a great experience to see them. Steve Winwood. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, you're missing Steve Winwood," and we got to see Donald Fagen and the band, so that was pretty interesting. So yeah, so let's start it off here with the Spencer Davis Group, and I'll do my research later, or you can always put in the comment section how they're related and stuff. But I just, as you know, Alexia and I, we just love to dive in blindly as possible, so we don't think about too much who's who, and we'll connect the dots later on the second listening and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Thank you again so much, Mickey D, on this marathon, and here we go. All right, let's start.
Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spent all my money, didn't have a care, taking all my friends out for a mighty good ride.
Wow.
Bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Didn't have a penny, had no place to go. If I ever lay my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna hold on to it till the eagle grins.
Wow.
Nobody loves you. When you're down and out, in your pocket you ain't got one penny, and your friends you don't have any. Well, just as soon as you get back on your feet again, here they all come, they say that you're long lost friends. I say that it's mighty strange, but without a doubt, no, nobody loves you. Let me tell you. Nobody needs you. Hey, hey. Nobody loves you when you're down, down, down. Whoa. Hey, 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 hey. Nobody needs you. Nobody loves you. I gotta tell you one more time. Hey, hey, nobody loves you when you're down, down, down.
Wow. Beautiful blues, beautiful blues and piano improvisation. The voice got me, and of course the lyrics were the most important thing here in this one. It's so true, and I've seen this up close. Um, yeah, I'm most of the time when people, especially in the streets, it's very easy to say, oh, he's just being lazy, he's a drunk, and why doesn't he go and find a job? When you're sick, and alcoholism is a disease, it's not, I guess when you start is because it's fun and all that stuff, but when you, because I've seen it so up and close, when you become an alcoholic, it's more like of a struggle. You can't get out. The only thing that kind of eases the pain is the alcohol itself. So it becomes just like a vicious cycle. And that's what I don't like about people are like, oh God, look at this bum. And all he does is drink. It's like this bum is not having the time of his life. He's basically, most people are homeless in situations. I watch a lot of, videos of homeless people trying to get out of that situation, and they don't even have 2 weeks, of rent. And they're like, if somebody would give me a place where I could stay for 2 weeks, then I would get on my feet but I that's what the minimum is. You need to have an income to create a place where you can stay so they don't steal your stuff. So you're basically just bound to live in the street until somebody hands you a check or so. It's very difficult. And what I just don't like is people who are just like, oh, why doesn't he just get a job? He can't get a job. He doesn't have anywhere to stay. You can't have a job when you're living in the street. It's impossible. And I've even seen this from my family, who don't understand that alcoholism is a disease and a sickness, not a choice. I was very lucky. I started drinking very, very early, and I also quit very, very early. I didn't even get to my mid-20s, and I already had stopped drinking forever, and I've never had a drop of alcohol again in my life. So yeah, but I mean, this is what this guy was saying about, like they love you the least when you're on and at your weakest, and that's That's a reality that we do face in society. So it's very sad. All right. Just about, reflecting on the lyrics a little bit. So, okay, now we're going to get into Traffic, Shanghai Noodle Factory. And I love my noodles. I love noodles. I'm addicted to those ramen noodles. I know they're so bad for you. That's why I don't eat them. Even though we have like so much ramen noodles, but I don't touch them because they're so bad, but they are delicious. Sometimes I do give myself some, like a treat. I have a bowl. But okay, let's go. Shanghai Noodle Factory. Here we go. Traffic.
In a Shanghai noodle factory, place where I once used to be. Nowhere, doing nothing. People there were made of steel, tiny cogs in one big wheel. Turning, never learning. Had to make a break. Soon I had to wake up, feeling stronger, feeling stronger. I found the breeze within
Very nice.
in a Shanghai noodle factory, place where I once used to be. Nowhere, doing nothing. Villagers were plastic men, packed like roosters in a pen, crowing, never knowing. Had to make a break. Knew I couldn't fake it any longer. Everything at stake. Soon I had to wake up, feeling stronger, feeling stronger. I'm mad in the breeze within in a Shanghai noodle factory, place where I once used to be. Nowhere, doing nothing. 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 Nowhere, doing
Very cool, man. I couldn't find a place where it's a pause. Um, I hope I don't get into trouble with YouTube or the record company. But what a great song. I love the bass. I love all the instruments. The flute stood out very much. I love his singing. I wonder if that's the same guy, but I don't want to say. But I'll check out something. I do have to do something real quickly. I'll be right back with you guys, okay? All right, and I'm back. I had to do a couple of things, and I know now the history of Mr. Steve Winwood. Basically, he started being the vocalist for the Spencer David Group at only the tender age of 14. That's insane. And then, of course, he was also the vocalist of Traffic. And that's why this is a Steve Winwood marathon, not a Traffic marathon. All right, so I got my facts right. I didn't read like super into it, but I just saw that that's basically him in the first song, in the second song, and all the other three songs that we're doing. So here we go with Freedom Rider. Thank you.
Like a hurricane around your heart, when earth and sky are torn apart, he comes gathering up the bits, while hoping that the puzzle fits. He leaves you, freedom rider. With a silver star between his eyes that open up at hidden lights. Big men crying with defeat. See people gathering in the street. You feel him. You feel him. Freedom rider.
I'm loving the bass. The bass, man, in this band is amazing. The drumming as well, and that flute, very dominant there. And I'm just loving his voice, man. Steve Winwood is definitely an amazing singer. I mean, imagine starting in a band at that age. I mean, all the experience you must have on stage and just being with a band. It's amazing. I mean, no wonder this guy became a sensation. Great stuff. Really different. Like, I can't compare this to anything. It just doesn't sound like anything else, man. Very original. Really cool.
When lightning strikes you to the bone, you turn around, you're all alone. By the time you hear that silent sound, then your soul is in the lost and found. Forever, freedom rider.
Awesome. Awesome. Really cool track. Really cool. Like I guess I hear more of a piano and bass and the flute and the drums. I don't hear a lot of guitar playing, but I mean it's not necessary, you know, and this sounds amazing. Now we're gonna fast forward 10 years literally from Freedom Rider to Arc of a Diver, but this is now as a solo artist, Steve Winwood, 1980. Let's go. Let's see if it has those 80s vibes.
She bathes me in sweetness, I cannot reveal. For sharing dreams, I need my woman. This humble expression, meagerly dressed. My heart's so mean, it has no meaning. But jealous night and all her secret chords. I must be there on the telephone. I need my love to translate. I play the piano, no more running, honey. This time to the sky I sing if clouds don't hear me. To the sun I'll cry, and even if I'm blinded, I'll try to gaze up, because with you I'm stronger. I'm stronger. I'm stronger. Arc of a diver, effortlessly. My mind is sky, and when I wake up, daytime or nighttime, I feel you near. Warm water breathing, she helps me here. But jealous night and all her secret chords. I must be there on the telephone. I need my love to translate. This time to the sky I sing if clouds don't hear me. To the sun I'll cry, and even if I'm blinded, I'll try and gaze up, because with you I'm stronger. always be there on the telephone. I need my love to translate. With you, my love, we're gonna raid the future. With you, my love, we're gonna seek out the past. We hold today to ransom till our quartz clock stop until yesterday. Whoa, until yesterday. Until yesterday. Till our quartz clock stop.
Very interesting, very different from his traffic stuff. I mean, it's still, him, but it sounds a little bit more commercial. But again, I don't really know. I can't really compare it to like, I don't know, like Little River Band but I wouldn't go that far. Let's see what they say. Yeah, it's all stuff that I don't listen to or that I haven't discovered, because it says fans also like, Little River Band. Okay, they did remind me a little of that. Christopher Cross, Wang Chung, 38 Special, Ambrosia. Okay, we have done Ambrosia. Mr. Boss Skaggs. Okay, yeah, I can see that. But Don Henley, Bruce Hornsby, Glenn Frey, I think he's from the Eagles. Robert Palmer, Jefferson, Starship, Glass Tiger, Jackson Brown. I've been doing some Jackson Brown. I think I got a marathon. But yeah, it's just like music that I don't listen to, but it's very good. It's very, very good. It's just like, I'm a little bit like, I don't know what to say because I usually talk a lot in these marathons, but it's just very good. It's just easy listening, great stuff, good music, very not too busy, it's just a good bass, it's a good rhythm, great lyrics, and fun, So I'm enjoying this very much. Thank you, Mickey D. So let's go with the last one. We're going to jump 6 years into the future, 1986. Take It As It Comes, Back in the High Life. Let's see if it sound. This didn't sound at 80s at all. A little bit the keyboard maybe, but it wasn't really synthy. I mean, I guess it was, but not too like Madonna synthy, right? So let's see what 1986 has to say here. Yeah, I can see this being a hit, you know, in the 80s. It just has this you know, that trumpets and you know, the horns and the you know, that 80s sound, the drums sound very um electric and I don't know, just like it's that style, you know, like Tina Turner, you know, Quincy Jones did with Michael Jackson's music, you know, it just has this really flair that's very, I love it, man. It's so good. And I think, like, now I'm recognizing his voice, I think, from the song that I do know. I think I know Higher Love. I'm not sure, I would have to listen to it, but I do know, I do recognize his voice in like pop culture, and it's very. I think he has like tunes that are very like recognizable because I do recognize that style that he has. Very cool. Again, just music that I'm very like new to, like this style of you know, I would call it like rock pop, you know, but it's very like you can listen to this anywhere, you know. um it's uh it's not as sophisticated as, like, let's say Donald Fagen as a solo artist. Donald Fagen, I think, is more jazzy, I think, like more smoothly, like smooth. This is more like it's very nice, like it's like party, you know, party feel good music. You can put this on anywhere and anyone listening would be in a good mood. That's what I feel, you know. This is the type of music. It's not too complex. You don't have to think too much. Um, you know, I like this. I once in a while, you know, just like shut off and just enjoy, you know. Yeah. So let's keep going. I'm really happy with this marathon. It's uh very different and but also very rewarding, as you know, getting to know the Steve Winwood. uh you know, I mean, 5 tracks is not getting to know him, but I mean, it's 3 different bands or 3 different eras of him, you know, as a musician. I think it's very cool. Okay, let's continue. We're almost done. Yeah. All right. So here, the comparison, I wanted to see just like, for example, people that listen to Traffic, what do they listen to? And this is a lot of stuff that I do know, like Steppenwolf, 10 Years After. I mean, I don't really know a lot, but we've done some Iron Butterfly. At least my mom showed me some Iron Butterfly, and Agata Beta. James Gang, we've done on the channel. Yardbirds. I don't think we've done Humble Pie. Buffalo Springfield, we did. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I did a marathon. So yeah, so I guess Traffic is a little bit more and they're all in black and white, these covers, these bands, because I mean, I guess they're all from the 60s and 70s. But yeah, But this was very interesting. Thank you so much, Mickey D, for taking the time to make, the marathon, for sponsoring the video, and bringing. I think I've done a traffic marathon for Graybeard, but it was more focused, I think, not as much on. I don't know. He didn't tell me anything about Steve Winwood as as a solo artist. It was just traffic. But yeah, I'm really happy. It's a really great band. Both bands are really interesting, and him as a solo artist, and then that evolution from the 70s to the 80s, and then the mid 80s. You could hear the change in instruments and what was being used. So really cool. I do thank you, Mickey D. Like I said, everyone, let me know. I know this is this artist, especially Steve Winwood, as a solo artist, or even Traffic, has a lot of fans. Most of the subscribers here are in that age range. That this was their music. They would listen to. So let me know what you think. When did you first hear this? Are you a big fan? What's your favorite era? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much. And oh God, I never took off my glasses this time. So I guess you got me as the professor in the entire video. I kind of saw it glare right now. These glasses don't weigh anything. So thank God. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next video. Take care.